Hi, thanks so much for joining me. My name's Cindy, and I'm going to do your reading today for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Now, as we all know, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you, okay? And also, everything can be switched and flipped, all right? So let's just get right into it, please. I hope everybody is doing good, and I did meditate on the cards before I started, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more, and we'll go from there, okay? Thanks so much for being here. Also, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It allows me to continue to do these free readings for you over YouTube. So please do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button and also that like button. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. So we're going to get into it for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. I am a little late, but you know, time is fluid. So whatever comes out now is either happening or will be happening towards the middle or the end of February. I can't believe we're already in the middle of February already. Okay? So I'm going to shuffle these up and we'll see what comes out. Okay, Spirit, so what are the messages for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020, please. What are the messages, please, that they need to know for February 2020? Sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are the messages, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020? Thank you. 2 more shuffles. Okay. The messages for Aries, please, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. Ooh. The card that popped out right now is the Ace of Wands. Okay, now this is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius fire signs as yourself. And this is a new passionate beginning, okay? Aces, well, especially for Wands, it's very, very passionate. It can talk about, you know, a new beginning with creativity, ideas. It can talk about maybe you're having a baby, a birth, someone around you. And it can also talk about being inspired, okay? Having inspiration, okay? For some of you guys, okay? So do keep that in mind. That did popped out. Okay. So we're going to cut the deck in threes now and see what comes out. Okay, Aries? Bottom of the deck is the Justice card. I don't normally take the bottom of the deck, but I do like to talk about it because it is very important. You know, it's only fair to talk about it, but the Justice card does talk about, you know, honesty. It can talk about fairness, justice in general. It can talk about courts. It can also talk about the truth to something, integrity. You could be going through a legal issue right now. Also weighing things. Maybe there's some decisions that need to be made. And this also can talk about seeing both sides for what it is, okay? And this can also be a judgment in the favor, like a ruling in favor of the right side, okay? So do keep that in mind. So Spirit, what are the messages for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. What are the messages for February, please, for Aries? What are the messages for Aries, please, for February 2020? Okay. First card that popped out, coming out, is the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So, Swords does talk about truth. It can talk about thoughts, beliefs, communication, fairness. It can talk about, all sorts of different things. But the Knight of Swords does talk about someone who's very hasty, okay? Very speedy, sometimes can be very aggressive, assertive, and this can also be pushing forward, okay? So we'll just put it down and see what comes out with it, and we'll go from there, okay, guys? So let's see what comes out with it. Okay, what other messages? Oh, right away. Okay, we have 2 Knights. Here's the Knight of Cups now. Now, the Knight of Cups does talk about romance, so this could be a new romance coming in quite swiftly because we have 2 Knights here. Someone could be coming in to tell you the truth, honestly, about how they feel about you. But this can talk about romance. It can talk about knight in shining armor. They're coming in pretty damn quick. It can also talk about Prince Charming or an offer or some type of opportunity. So whatever this is coming in, it really is coming quick. Now it could be coming in from an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Now the Knight of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So you could be dealing with you know, an air sign, you know, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But whatever this is great. I mean, this is somebody coming in to tell you or give you some type of offer of some sort. Some of you guys could be getting into a relationship or something. I will clarify. By the way, this is the Rider-Waite Tarot, or excuse me, the Gilded Tarot, and then this is the Rider-Waite that I will be clarifying with, okay? All right, let's keep it pushing, guys. What other messages do we have for Aries, please, for February 2020? Wow, 2 nights off the bat. That's crazy. Okay, what other messages do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. What other messages, please, for Aries, please, for February 2020? Sorry, guys, can't make the cards come out. They come out when they want to come out. Okay, one just popped. Okay, now, guys, this is... You guys are probably going to be shocked as shit, because I am. Look what just came out. Someone is coming in. Come on, that's 3 nights in a row. And I don't mean nights like, you know, nights, you know, night like good night. Nights. So you got the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and now the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles does talk about routine. Sorry, guys. Routine. It can talk about being practical. It can talk about, you know, being conservative, grounded, and trustworthy. Now, also, this is, for me, this is somebody who, as a reader, somebody could be coming in to offer you something that has to do with finances or money or stability, because Pentacles also does talk about stability, being stable, you know, so it can talk about that. But do keep that in mind, okay? So let's see what else comes out for you guys. And don't worry, I am going to clarify, so we'll definitely get down to the bottom to this, okay? Don't worry about that. Okay, what are the messages do we have for Aries, please? For February 2020. What other messages do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. Coming out is the 9 of Cups. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Now, the 9 of Cups can talk about, it can talk about satisfaction. It can talk about, you know, being really happy. You know, it can also talk about a wish being granted, you know, being comfortable or indulging in your happiness or whatever the case may be. So whatever this is coming in, it is going to make you extremely happy. That's one news. I mean, this can be, you know, the 9 of Cups can also be pleasure. So might be a little bit of some pleasure there. But I do see whatever this is coming in for you guys, it's really happy. Like, honestly, it's beautiful. 3 nights right off the bat. That's crazy. Next one out is the 2 of Swords. Okay, so this is not being able to make a decision. So, you know, the 2 of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. As you guys know, I said that earlier, but I'm just going to repeat it. This can talk about decisions. It can also talk about blockages or something being stalemate. And it also can talk about just not being able to make a decision, you know, like really being confused, not knowing really what's ahead, and, you know, just, you know, like you're not sure what you need to do. But eventually you're going to have to take the blindfold off and really realize what it is that you want to make the decision about, you know? So yeah, so do keep that in mind. What other messages do we have for Aries, please? What other messages do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, next out is the Judgment card. This is a major arcana card. Okay, now the Judgment does talk about a rebirth of some sort. It can also talk about an awakening, a resurrection, could be a renewal, This can also be a spiritual calling for some of you. Some of you guys might be being called to, really, tap into being more spiritual. It can also talk about a higher calling, a passage, and it can also mean transformation. Okay, now when judgment comes back, or when judgment comes or shows up in a reading, sometimes it can talk about something from the past coming back. So this could be somebody from your past that's coming back to be with you or to make it right. Whatever the case may be. I mean, only you know, right? I don't know your story. I'm just telling you what I'm reading, right? But for everybody, it could mean something different. It doesn't necessarily have to pertain exactly to what I'm saying. Do understand that the readings don't necessarily have to completely fit with you. Some things might resonate, some things, might be messages for you guys, and other things might not be. It all really depends on your story, your scenario, and what you're going through. Okay? All right. What other messages do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. So whatever this is that is coming in, it really is going to bring a lot of happiness, but there is going to be a major decision that you need to make. And whatever that decision is really gonna, it's really gonna call, you're really gonna be called to use your intuition and to really reach your higher self to make the best decision. Obviously when you don't know how to when you can't make a decision or you're struggling to make a decision, you should always remember to, think about what you want, and also, listen to whatever it is your intuition is telling you or whatever your gut is telling you, because usually our gut is right? So do keep that in mind. Okay, what other messages do we have for Aries, please? What other messages do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. Okay, so these two cards popped out. First card popped out was the Strength card. This is another major arcana. This is the sign of Leo. Okay, but yeah, the Strength popped out. Now, the Strength can talk about your inner strength, having the strength to go through whatever this is going through. You could be going through a transformation with that Judgment card, as we talked about. But it can also talk about, your inner power. It can also talk about you being quite compassionate, soft, it can also talk about being calm, and it can also talk about patience. Now, for me as a reader, seeing different types of readings and stuff, it can also talk about taming the beast, like knowing when to control yourself, stuff like that. But for me, I really feel like, you need to have the strength to go through whatever transformation this is. There is going to be a transformation that you go through, something of that sort, or a rebirth of some sort, maybe with this person who's coming in, or these offerings that's coming in. And so it's really important that you do, listen to your intuition, and, of course, there might be a kind of like a bump in the road with whatever decision you need to make. But do remember that whatever this decision is, you are going to go through a transformation, and just make sure you have the strength. Be sure to listen to your intuition, because whatever this is that's going on, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. I mean, we got the Ace of Cups here, and the Ace of Cups is like the one, one, like the first, the cups, there's the one, Ace of Cups, which is, one cup, and then the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, etc., etc. Well, this is one. So this is like a brand new beginning. It's a beautiful beginning. It's it can be a new love, of course, like we talked about. New relationships, happiness, new emotional beginnings, something that's really, really happy, okay? And this is definitely from the divine. This is something that you need, or something, that is very important that's coming into your life. It's destined to happen this way. The universe is bringing this new beginning to you, so do keep that in mind. Okay, so now we're going to clarify up these cards. I just want to check the bottom of the deck because I always like to be nosy. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Now, I'm not going to take it, but I am going to talk about it because I think it's important. This was in the past. But this is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords can talk about, feeling imprisoned, Maybe before you have this new beginning, or before this new beginning comes, maybe in the past you were feeling imprisoned. Maybe it can talk about, it can talk about being restricted, limitations, isolation, stuck or bound. But the Eight of Swords, it can talk about, for me, some anxiety going on. It can talk about all mental too, because no one's actually holding her there, so it can't just be stuck in your head, that type of thing. So do keep that in mind, okay, guys? All right, so let's see what comes out with the Rider-Waite. So we're going to clarify with the Rider-Waite right now. I'm going to shuffle it up and see what comes out. Okay, let's clarify these cards, not guards. So we're going to start clarifying each one. I mean, they all look beautiful. This is a beautiful reading, but I like to clarify anyways, just to give a little bit detailed message for you guys on what's to come, So do keep that in mind. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about this Knight of Swords, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. Tell me about this Knight of Swords, please. Tell me about the Knight of Swords, please, for Aries. Okay, we're going to cut the deck in 3. Okay. Tell me about this Knight of Swords, please, for Aries. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. Okay, first out is the Empress. Okay, so this is a major arcana card, okay? Now, the Empress does talk about abundance, okay? A lot of abundance. It can talk about being abundant. It can also talk about fertility, birth, pregnancy, maybe you're a mom. It can talk about nurturing, pleasure, and creativity. Now, some of you guys could be pregnant or getting pregnant. If you're already pregnant, congratulations. If you're trying to get pregnant, of course, if it's in the books, it's going to happen, right? If that's what the universe wants, or that's what's meant to happen, right? But, clarified with the Knight of Swords. So some of you guys are taking action, just in general, taking action when it comes down to, pushing forward in your life. And, some of you guys could be a single mom. I'm getting for some of you guys, and you're just really wanting better for you and your family, or like I said, if you're pregnant, you could be finding out pretty quick that you're pregnant, something of that matter. But it definitely isn't negative. It is a positive thing. So like I said, if you are pregnant, congrats. So let's see what's coming up with the rest of the cards with this Knight of Cups. Tell me about this Knight of Cups, please. Tell me about this Knight of Cups for Aries. Okay, the Two of Wands. So some of you guys are waiting for some type of offer from a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, okay? I feel for some of you guys might be waiting for your knight in shining armor, okay? Some of you guys might be waiting to, maybe offer somebody something, or you're waiting for them to offer you a relationship. Or some of you guys could be receiving some type of offer coming in, and you guys are, like I said, waiting for that offer, or whatever the case may be, okay? And let's see what this Knight of Pentacles is. Tell me what this Pentacles is. What's this Knight of Pentacles? Tell me what this Knight of Pentacles is for Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for February 2020. What's this Knight of Pentacles? Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely a job that's coming in, obviously. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles can also talk about, it can talk about hard work. It can talk about skills. It can talk about being very productive. You could also be a workaholic. It can talk about education and stuff like that. So some of you guys could be receiving some type of offer coming in regards to a job, or maybe you guys are going to school, or maybe you're going back to school for some type of, you know, something for your career that you need. But I really feel here that this is job related. So some of you guys could be receiving a really nice promotion. Okay. Or there's an offer coming in for a job that's coming in quite swiftly. So pay attention to that. So yeah, do pay attention to that because that's very important. Let's see what this Nine of Cups is. Tell me about the Nine of Cups, please, for Aries. And it came out right away. Wow. Four of Wands. Some of you guys could be seeing the number 1111. Okay, do keep that in mind. You could be seeing the number 1111. But the Four of Wands for me can talk about buying a house. It can talk about selling a house. It can talk about marriage. It can talk about celebrations, parties. It can talk about homecoming, buying a home, like I said. It can also talk about being really happy, harmony, you know, freedom, you know. So whatever this offer is coming in, it really is going to make you really happy. And it's also going to help you to be financially abundant. I feel for a lot of you guys, I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery. I'm just saying that whatever this is coming in, it's going to bring a lot of happiness to you and your home and your family. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Within a family, you know, whatever this is coming in, some of you guys might be needing money or might be needing a job really bad, you know, whatever the case may be, but it's really going to be great for you guys. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Let's see what this decision is. Tell me about the Two of Swords, please, for Aries. Okay, so a lot of cards popped out. I'm not going to take 3 cards. I'm going to take less than that. So Spirit, can you please give me less? Okay, here we go. As soon as I said less, they popped out with the Page of Cups. Now, pages are great cards to also have, but what it means is new love. So some of you guys could be needing to make a decision or having problems making a decision in regards to new love. There is some type of message coming in of love or happiness or some type of intuition. It can also be with the little fishy in the cup. It can also be maybe your intuition. Maybe you're going to be receiving a message from your intuition. So do pay attention to that. Don't forget I did bring that up with the Judgment card. So do definitely pay attention to that. And it can also talk about an emotional start for some of you guys, okay? Some of you guys could really be having trouble, you know, making this decision. Maybe, you know, whatever message this is coming in, it's going to cause you to make a decision between this new job or something of that matter. So do pay attention and keep that in mind. You know, do whatever you feel like you need to do for yourself and for your family, you know, whatever's going to better you. You know, and, you know, move on from there. Only you know what's best for your situation, right? We all know what's best for our situation. Okay. Let's talk about this Judgment card, please. Tell me about the Judgment card for Aries. Oops. Okay. Coming out is the Emperor. This is another major arcana card. Okay. Now, the Emperor for me can talk about structure, okay? It can also talk about authority, power. This could be a father of yours. This could be in routine to law too. Order, discipline. It can also be like your boss, someone that's masculine. So perhaps a male. Sorry, guys. And it can also talk about you know, domination. You know, like someone that's quite dominant in your life. So do keep that in mind. Now, somebody could be, you know, some father figure or an older male figure could be really opening your eyes on a situation, giving you advice. Some of you guys might be dealing with a father figure who's helping you, or somebody from your past could be coming back into your life, maybe a father figure, grandpa, something of that matter. It doesn't have to be. Just take it as it resonates, okay? But yeah, it could definitely be that. Now tell me about this Strength card, please, for Aries. Too many cards, guys. Only one, please. Okay, well, sorry, guys. More came out. Tell me about the Strength card for Aries, please, for February 2020. Tell me about this Strength card, please, for Aries. Okay, again, with like 5 or 6 cards. Only one, please, Spirit. Please, please, please. Okay, there you go. So this is the Eight of Wands. Sorry guys, I cannot force the cards to come out. They come out, and you know, I can only ask for less because of course it's quite confusing when I have like 5 or 6 different cards. But yeah, so this is the Eight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, the Eight of Wands does talk about communication and stuff like that. It can talk about swiftness. It can talk about moving. It can also talk about traveling, speed, and it can also talk about some type of news coming in. Okay, like I said, this is quick, swift communication. This is messages back and forth. So you could be receiving a message from a Leo. Okay, or you could be receiving some messages that helps you with strength. That helps you to give you the strength to endure whatever this is you're going through, or whatever decision that you need help with, or whatever the case may be. You know, so do keep that in mind. But there is communication. I feel that it could be communication from a Leo, or from an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius as yourself. Maybe you're going to be giving somebody maybe you're going to be communicating with somebody, or vice versa. Okay, let's see what this Ace of Cups is. Whoa. Tell me what this Ace of Cups is. Okay. Wow. The Knight of Pentacles popped out. As soon as I said Ace of Cups, this flew out and almost slapped me in the face, right? Okay. The Knight of Pentacles, a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay. This can talk about routine. I mean, we do have the Knight of Pentacles here already. So that's, again, the Knight of Pentacles. But, you know, routine, being practical, conservative, grounded. So whatever this new beginning is, it's really going to help you to be grounded. It's really going to help you to be able to take charge of your money. It's also going to be, you know, where you're going to be able to realize that, you know, you deserve this new beginning. But it really can talk about, you know, offers coming in, you know, messages coming in about a new beginning. Whatever this new beginning is, it's going to be great. It's of course everything you deserve. So do keep that in mind. But this is a beautiful reading. So yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, this is a beautiful reading for you guys, Aries. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your month. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for being here.